Welcome.
I have my pose.
It's been some time since we've visited your monitor. Last touch base in March. And a lot of our feedback has been the enjoyment of the Razor Rumble. What is Razor Rumble? Well, while we're getting everybody logged in for the webinar at 10 o'clock, we let these guys have a little bit of fun, play a quick game, entertain you.
It's not fun.
It's funny.
This time, we're going to do Two Lies and a Truth, where I have some information gathered from these guys. They got to try and figure out what the truth is about the other one. And the loser of each question will get slapped with
food.
Whatever item.
We got pizza, marshmallows, tortilla, deli ham,
dirty donut,
and gingerbread.
And I guess they said they didn't want to eat any more hot food, so we're just going to have a little fun here and go with that.
Yeah, we're going to have cold food.
On our face.
On your face. All right. And we're just trying to have some fun. We'll get to the serious content in about 5 minutes. So,
wish I would have not shaved, then it would not stick to my face.
Ben.
Yes.
For Phil, did he split his pants at his senior prom, at his grandma's funeral, or installing devices at a customer site?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to go with prom.
It was my grandma's funeral.
Dang it!
And I was 31 years old.
You stayed, right? All right, let's keep it moving. This is all thanks to our director, having a little bit of fun with the team here. Phil, did Ben chop off his brother's hair, toe, or finger when they were younger?
Ooh. I'm going to say toe.
It was actually his finger. It was just the tip of his finger when we were being idiots.
Did he get it back?
That's a really funny story. Maybe someday I'll tell you, but no. And then a clown laughed at me because I chopped my brother's finger off.
My brother actually got his finger cut off too.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to do marshmallows. Ready?
Well, he's mentioned the clown. We got a couple clowns here. Again, we will get to the serious content here in a few minutes, but we'll get a few more questions in, see what we can do. Phil has been knocked out by a handyman jack, a floor jack, or a hydraulic jack.
Oh, what are the three again?
A handyman jack, a floor jack, or a hydraulic jack.
I'm going to say hydraulic jack.
It was a handyman jack.
I don't even know what that is.
It's something you don't want to use, and it spun and just smoked me across the face, and I just woke up and looking up in the sky.
It's not real stable.
Yeah, it's not a stable thing.
I don't know what that is. But
okay. Well, let's let him have it.
Oh! What happened?
Oh, no, I missed.
I guess I'm part of the game now. All right, we're going to get a couple more in here. Who are we on? We're on Ben. So, who has visited Ben's house? Jesse Ventura, Geraldo Rivera, or Ted Nugent?
Geraldo.
Oh, you got it right. You dirty rat. You dirty... Wait, what? No, come on.
Deli ham.
Again, while they're having fun with this, we will get to our serious content in just a little bit. We'll just do a couple more questions.
I can't believe...
Okay.
Why would you pick that one? Why did you pick that one?
Why did I pick the other ones?
All right. Ben, did Phil have a tree phone, a bath phone, or a satellite phone when he was growing up?
A bath phone? A bath phone?
It was a tree phone.
What? Why would you have a tree phone?
Our house burnt down, so we lived in a pop-up camper when I was like 3 or 4. So the pop-up camper was here, and the telephone line was over there. So us brothers always run to the tree phone to go answer it.
Well,
no, I hate being sticky. I hate being... If there's one thing I hate in life more than anything, it's being sticky.
We're going to do one more, and then we'll get underway with content.
Sticky and meat
looks
juice.
like a good group of people have all logged in here, so we'll get you your content here in just a second. So the last question. Phil, Ben was once in a band. What band did they open up for? Sum 41, Limp Bizkit, or Blink 182.
I remember he sang band. Sum 41, Blink. What's the other one? Limp Bizkit?
Limp Bizkit.
Say Limp Bizkit. You're a rock band.
We are a rock band. Those are all rock bands. But it was Blink 182.
Oh, the ham.
So,
the ham.
We are going with ham. Let's do this. Let's see what happens here. If I just start
unfurling.
I want to do this. Oh, missed. I have really bad aim. I'm sorry about that.
All right. Let's go ahead and pick up this real quick. We'll get underway here in just a second.
Unexpected.
All right. Now let's get to the meat of the conversation. If you're just logging on, you're wondering what that chaos was. As we let everybody get logged on, we try and have a little fun, entertain you. But once we're done having fun, we get serious. We make sure we're focused on what we're delivering as a business. So if you want to see what all just happened, you logged on a little later, you can go ahead, check that out at our YouTube channel that gets posted after our webinars. You can see our past webinars as well as the Razor Rumbles in the past. It's been a lot of fun, so welcome back. It has been quite some time since we came to your monitors. Our last webinar was actually in March. There's a good reason for that. We've been super heads down this year. We're releasing a lot of great features. The travel has opened up quite a bit, so the guys have been on the road. You've been all over the country lately.
Yeah, I would say 50% of it has been in the propane space, which has been fun. Energy, been talking to transports and propane companies, co-ops, things like that, and then getting out to some of the ag shows, meeting some of our customers, and just having great conversations, signing people up.
You've built up some good relationships around load management and over the road as well. So great work. So in that time, we've released some new features, we've been on the road, and we want to highlight a few of those for you. Our timeline is usually about 20 to 25 minutes. At that point, we are going to be drawing for an
Oculus.
The
VR.
This thing where you kind of see people falling all over the place.
One of our accounting gals, she won one yesterday internally, and it took her all of 5 minutes to open it up and start using it. So it's a very popular item.
Yeah, we had a company all hands yesterday and gave away an Oculus there as well. So
they have a great fishing game, so you can just grab yourself a cocktail and fish.
Yeah, they used to say you can't catch fish from the couch.
Yeah, now you can.
Times have changed. Well, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into some of our content. As we said, it's been some time since our last webinar, so there's been a lot of new features coming on your screen on Razor tracking. One of those, as you might have noticed, on the lower left-hand side of your Razor tracking screen is a marketplace.
Yeah, so Marketplace is a way for you as the user to manage any integrations that we currently have open. So you'll see a lot more tiles than even a month ago. So we're constantly updating that. So this is a way for you to put in your API keys, or if you have a service that you want to pull our Razor tracking data out and use it in an ERP or a Cropzilla situation or anything like that, you can get that API key and then send it to the people you need to.
It's also a great way to find out who some of our partners are, and if you're looking for new technology for your companies, you can scroll through them and then look them up and give them a call. Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, and as you might have seen on that video, there's a lot of great partners. Our long-standing relationship with Cropzilla, Telemax Plus, Raven, John Deere, which we'll actually touch on here a little bit later in the webinar.
Tank monitoring companies.
Tank monitoring has been really popular lately.
Yeah.
One of those that you might see is something called a posted speed limits. So how is that different than what we've had in the past around speeding and stuff?
Yeah, so in the past, what our speed limits is more of a speed threshold. So you can set a static miles per hour, kilometers per hour. So anything above 70 would get triggered. So now with the posted speed limit add-on, we're able to pull in specific speed limits, because it's very different driving 55 down the interstate versus 55 down the main street in your town. So we want to make sure that we're reflecting that those thresholds appropriately. So it's always X amount of speed over the posted speed limit. So we're pulling actually from a third-party database, so it's updated a lot more frequently than an open source platform. But the nice thing is we have access to update that. So even my road over by my house, that went from 55 to 65. So I just let the developers know as, hey, these stretches of road are now 65. They had to update it, so I no longer had to get violations sent to my wife when I was speeding.
and that is a bit of an add-on, and as we just showed on that screen clip there, it's super simple to set up. You go in, you activate it, you select what vehicles you actually want that activated for. But that's been really popular lately, and if you have any questions on that, you can reach out to our support line
at 833-GO-RZR.
Or go ahead, if you haven't heard from our customer success team, which is led by Mike Willers, they will be reaching out to you soon if you haven't already heard, but go ahead, reach out to him, mike.willers@razortracking.com, and they can help you get that set up as well. Anything to add on that?
Yeah, one little side note, I have a baby coming, so if I've worked with you in the past, over the next couple of weeks, starting the 20th, I'll be out, so feel free to reach out to the rest of the team.
Congratulations on the new baby on Monday.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we have two of our busiest months, so you think we've ever had coming up ahead of us through February, and I'm sure it won't slow down into March.
And I knew it was going to be that way, so I planned it for the 20th, which happens to be the week of Christmas, which, most people don't do business.
And tax babies.
Yeah, exactly, right at the end of the year.
Yep. And Phil, congratulations.
I'm expecting my third in Groundhog's Day, so
congratulations there.
Excited.
And so he'll have a little time off, but that will not slow down our support. We will be answering all the calls, and if you have any questions, need help from customer success, support, sales, we'll have it covered for you. A next feature that we launched since our last webinar, we maybe have highlighted it in the past, but at this time we really want to step through what has rolled out, and that is dash cameras. Dash cameras is all the rave right now for a multitude of reasons, all for training, liability, all that kind of stuff. But what is the why? Why dash cameras? Why are they so popular right now?
So there's a couple of things. We know, especially you guys with business, that when there is an accident or an incident that happens, business is usually held liable first. And so if there are no witnesses, then the chances of you having to pay a larger part or all of it does happen. So with cameras, you now have a 24-hour witness that gets to see those things. But not only for that, securing your loads, we have talked to some people that have had, theft for fuel or theft for other pieces, and you're able to catch that. So your insurance companies love it. So let them know if you do look into doing cameras. There definitely will be discounts there. They love that.
A lot of them are providing those discounts. You just let them know, and there's actually some different insurance companies that we work with. If you want to talk about that, reach out to your sales rep, your customer support, and we'll see if we can help you with some of those connections as well.
Yeah, and I like about the dash cameras is we don't offer just a one-size-fits-all. So we have just a single road-facing camera. You can have the road and driver-facing. And actually more of our popular one is multi-cameras. So one of the ones that we've been moving a lot is road-facing, and then trailer detached, the one that goes all the way back to like a dry van. That faces in the rear. So that way if you need to document or capture rear ends, backing into a loading dock, or whatever the use cases are, we can cover you. And then we can actually have up to 8 cameras on a single vehicle. You can get a little monitor, so if you're in a situation where you need to see all your blind spots, you can do it right in the cab without getting out.
And sometimes you don't know what is possible. Our teams have been through just about every scenario, everything from monitoring garbage pickups to monitoring high-value loads where they have the liability, saying, hey, did this high-value car get scratched, whatever it might be. So we've heard of all these scenarios. If you have some ideas or want to hear some of that feedback, reach out to the team at
833-GO-RZR
or
ben.larson@razortracking.com. And that's with an O, Larson.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Sorry about these guys. If you want to see their entertainment and you weren't here before the 10 o'clock hour, 10 o'clock Central, go ahead, watch the recording at our YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to that because we have a lot of great videos out there around our content, training, different features, as well as our past webinars. And you can see these guys making a fool of themselves before webinars.
Slapped with meat.
Another thing that we want to touch base on, once again, it's been a while, so there's a lot that's been happening. This last one came out early summer, and we really tried focusing on simplicity as well as customization, and that's inspections. So our inspections rolled out this summer, and there's so many different use cases that you can use it for. You guys have been talking with a lot of different customers. It's one of our most highlighted features from the customer. As we do the demos, they want to spend the time on that. They want to learn about more on that. What are some of those?
So the nice thing is with our inspections is you can do your pre and post trip inspections, but you also can do kind of a quote any list. So if you want to make a rental checklist for in and out, for let's say you have a Pro Till that you rent out to customers, you can do a visual walkthrough. You can make, so you can say check all 33 times or whatever you really need to have that check. It's not anything cookie cutter. You have kind of full customization of it. And then what I really like too is you can take pictures of defects or just overall inspection report. So at the end, if everything passes, you can do, hey, this is what the equipment looked like when it was checked out and then when it got checked in. So that way you have kind of documentation with your customers as well as yourself and saying, yep, everything looks the same as it brought back. Nope, this is completely totaled. We need to look at insurance claims or anything like that. You can use it for building inspections.
Yeah, one of the other things that we're starting to see is we do have some implement dealers that are working with us, and they have rental fleets, and so they're using it on their rental fleet, but also for their deliveries. So it could be used just as proof for your delivery piece. If your guys are delivering feed or fertilizer or fuel, and they just want to take a picture, hey, we're here, click, and the drop site where you dropped it, that can be used as well. And when you're delivering some of those big implement pieces to your customers, pre and post right on the spot, and you can do walk around with the customer so that they can check off on that.
Yeah, and that's just on the app side. So one of the kind of the two things that I really like about our system is the customizability. Is that enough BLITIs? But it kind of brings back the accountability. One, you don't have any paper copies anymore. And two, on the reporting metrics, kind of one thing that really stands out is days since the oldest failed item. So if you're using it as your just normal vehicle inspections or whatever, maybe there's a certain make, model, year combination that just is not performing. It's always blowing this specific part. Now you can say, hey, this part broke 30 days ago. Let's bring the accountability to the mechanic and the driver, say, let's get it fixed. Now you can say, let's tailor our fleet to say, this make, model, year combination is not
your problematic vehicles.
Problematic vehicles. It always breaks this high value dollar item. Let's maybe sell these in, especially the used vehicle market is pretty hot right now. Let's get rid of it. Buy some more reliable vehicles that don't have as many problems, and then you can actually check your vehicle list, like, hey, what other make, model, years have maybe been better for us?
Yeah. The last scenario that I want to make sure we highlight is also the job site or the inspection site. If you're in the ag arena, you have your fertilizer sheds, you have your grain bins, you have all that. All of those require those checklists. A lot of times you have that clipboard on the wall. Hey, I have to do this before I go in, follow all of our OSHA inspections, all that. Here, you can put those inspections right into the app. It's included as part of your Razor tracking subscription. So you can use it for as many different things as you want.
You can also email it right from your phone. So the customer or like a building super needs a copy of your inspection. You can email it right from your phone of the report.
Any type of authority.
To reiterate too, like if you're doing a job, let's say landscaping, or you're doing snow removal or a service to a customer, and you want to prove that when you submit those pictures and what you did, that can be emailed, and they can attach it to the file and or send it to the customer.
Snow removal, hey, your parking lot's
it's done.
Cleared. Like we said, on Ben sites, you have to inspect them before you go, or fertilizer shed, you got to inspect before you go in, when you come out, and so many other use cases. But the list is endless. We'd like to hear your ideas, how you might use it. And if you need any help setting that up, go ahead and reach out to our customer success team. That's what they're there for. Training, use case, optimization, all of that. Make you the most efficient operation.
Yeah, and I think another thing about it too is we pride ourselves on being easy. I think if I can do it, you guys can do it for sure. So it's pretty easy to do and use.
A pretty bright crew, it looks like, that we have attending
I
today.
Would say so. You guys look good.
They got this covered. Again, we're about 16 minutes into the actual content. We try and keep these about 20-25 minutes, so we're going to try and get you on the way again in about 5-10 minutes here. We'll draw for the Oculus. Any of the current attendees will be in our drawing. I see I'm actually putting that together as we speak, so we'll do that here in about 5-10 minutes.
Is it okay if we slightly use the Oculus before we ship it?
Ooh. Well, if it's open, you contact Phil.
Yeah.
Because that would be the reason it's open. So, yeah. And who are some of the past winners? We had...
I have to actually look at this.
Jamie Reed.
We
had Gene Went
last time, and then
Matthew Boomsma.
Yeah.
So this is very real.
Yeah.
It's not. We don't just pretend that there's a drawing. We have pictures on Facebook of these being delivered. So we're really excited to give those away. We know it's a little teaser to attend, but hopefully you get good content in advance of that.
Yeah, we like to have this prize list keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
One thing you might have heard a couple names on our last one was Mike Willers starting up customer success. We did a little ride along. Another role that we recently brought on was partner manager. So with the marketplace, with our alignments to these different companies, we need to keep that moving rapidly. So we've onboarded Brad Cook. And that's more from the partner integration side. So if you're one of our subscribed customers, you probably are more familiar with Mike, but if you're on here, as I see several are from our different partners, our integrations, Brad Cook has been around now since about July. Yep. And he's responsible for our partner and integrations channel. So welcome to Brad Cook. It's brad.cook@razortracking.com. If you're a partner and want to explore, getting on the marketplace or expanding what we might already have in place with you. The next item I kind of have on my list.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Are you talking about the hybrid device?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big one.
About a year ago, Phil had highlighted a solar hybrid device. We were excited about it, but we really didn't know the amount of excitement that would come to the market. So these have been some of our most popular devices, and why is that?
It is the most diverse piece of equipment we have. We have rental companies using it. We have trailers. We've got all kinds of things, and it's so manipulatable. Is that the word you came up with?
We have a lot of.
I'm just here.
We have our own dictionary.
Yeah, just out of the box, you're looking at 1-2 pings a day. If it's just sitting, if it's moving every 5 minutes, or that can be manipulated.
Yeah, we have some customers that only want it every 2 hours when it's moving because maybe it's attached to a vehicle that we're already active tracking. So we don't really need that duplication. And then we're always working with the firmware writers of how to improve it. We can actually ping on time of day. So maybe instead of every static 6 hours, let's move it to 8, noon, and 5 during the day. So we can manipulate that way. And this goes really well with our kind of satellite trackers that you do need the hybrid with the cellular, but a satellite asset tracker, you can be in the middle of the ocean farming, I guess, or
in the ocean,
in the ocean,
or in the middle of the mountains. It's really popular.
Yep.
Also, some of our customers out in California in the vineyards and stuff just don't get nearly the coverage that we do on the plains,
right,
up here in North Dakota, or even down south, out southeast. Much more coverage there than in the mountains and the backwoods. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other piece that I love about it, our customers love, is that there's flexibility. You can use it as a slap and track with magnets, or you can actually have it plugged into the hardwire power and ground, which would be constantly charging that battery. Mm-hmm. Batteries last about 6 months, unless manipulated. Then we've seen as low as 14 days. So,
but they are solar hybrids, meaning they recharge off of solar. So assuming you mount them correctly, they should continue to recharge themselves.
Yep.
Anything else to add on those devices?
Hot. Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, those are definitely some of our most popular devices, and they're moving fast. Hopefully our supply chain can keep up with us. But to date, we've been able to ship everything within a few days. So knock on wood. Hopefully we're able to keep that up with all the craziness of the supply chains right now.
Yes.
The last kind of highlight that we want to do, we mentioned our partner management with Brad Cook. We mentioned our marketplace. Something that has happened, we have some amazing integrations with bringing in other devices into our platform, tank monitoring. We've been working with Raven out of Sioux Falls for a couple of years. We're able to bring in their device on our platform. And if you are following Razor Tracking, back in September, we announced the ability to pull John Deere equipment onto our platform. That's been very well received. And what kind of feedback are we getting from the customers?
Yeah, the ease of integration is kind of one thing that stands to mind, because when you go in that marketplace, you'll click the connect and you sign in with your JD Ops Center credentials, and then we use Audio Magically. That word, Audio Magically.
We love these new words.
Create the vehicles. So instead of bringing in the JD modems as just a serial number, we can kind of cross-check it, like, okay, this one's a four-wheel drive. We'll give you the icon and the name that follows. Other thing that people really like is John Deere's got a great platform, and it marries very well with ours, so you don't have to have two different screens up at the same time. You can see everything on one screen on the desktop.
Yep, and a big thing with that and our integrations is we understand there's a lot of great companies out there with a lot of great technologies. We're not going to pretend that we have all of the answers, but what we want to do is make it as simple as possible for you so those technologies work together. We have a big belief in our platform, and we continue to evolve that, but we want to complement that with some great technologies like John Deere Operations Center, and we're going to continue to evolve on that coming into the new year. But if you have questions on how to get your John Deere information in, your Raven information in, your tank monitoring, or you just want to get those set up, let us know. We'll get you connected to the right people, or we'll address those directly with our customer success team at mike.willers@razortracking.com.
833-GO-RAZOR.
Or
Ben.Larson, I almost forgot my own name. Ben.Larson at razortracking.com.
And that's still with an O.
That is correct.
With that said, I just want to highlight, we mentioned that we're able to get back on the road. We have, a lot of the restrictions have started pulling back, so we've been able to get out to our customer sites. We've been able to get out to the shows. Some of the ones coming up, we're going to be at the Precision Farming Dealer Summit, the American Farm Bureau Convention, a lot of the individual states, Ag Expo, South Dakota, Ohio. I think we just did Minnesota.
Yep.
So we're really getting out there. We'll be at the World Ag Expo, Commodity Classic, a lot of those different shows. If you're going to be at those, go ahead, reach out. We'd love to hang out, maybe grab a cocktail.
And we have free swag.
That's the most popular thing that they look for our booth for. So we usually have some pretty good swag, pretty good giveaways at those. But we love chatting with our customers, our partners at those shows. And with that said, we're at 24 minutes. This might be a record. We might close right on time.
Oh.
All right. So there is the last item, and that might be where most of the people are actually attending. And what was that for?
The Oculus VR.
VR. Did we have any questions come in? I actually forgot to mention that I submit it, but if you've been on these before, you're able to. Oops. Oh, there is. All right. I guess we have two things to do.
Cameras upload.
Do the cameras upload to the cloud or a SD card?
So the answer is yes. So it always writes onto the SD card no matter what. If you have an event, that gets wrote to the cloud. So that's going to be plus or minus 10 seconds on either side of that event, and that's going to be always saved. So other than that, and you can always request footage too from the map. So you have two ways to view it, and then if you have a complete accident and you need to pull data off of the last known, we can pull that card out and then we can get the data off of it too.
So we have all the data. So all the data is stored on the card within the device. However, anytime there's events, you request a time frame, which you can do for any of that drive time. You know, I know at a certain minute, or you can request it based off a certain location. Give me it for, you know, the whole time they're driving around this block. It's very handy that way, that you can get whatever data you want to the cloud on your interface, but all the data is stored on the camera for a period of time.
Yeah, about 120 hours of drive time
before it gets look back, and then those all can be downloaded, saved.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Is there any other questions?
All right, well, let's end. You guys have a nice day.
I can't expect anything even without a device. So, yes.
Yep. It requires a razor tracking subscription of some sort, but you're not required to have that device on the equipment that you're inspecting. Obviously, you don't need to track your grain bin. You don't need to track, some stationary piece of equipment that you're inspecting. But
yeah, you just need the, like you said, the razor count, and then you just make equipment on the vehicle list as grain bin A, B, C. And then you're able to select that on your app for the inspections. So.
Well, and if you're fishing and you happen to have this, you could probably inspect your fish and send that off to a friend. Just saying.
I like your style. I guess we're buzzing past now. Do we have any more?
Okay.
All right. So if you do have questions, go ahead, send them across to the teams. We'll get them back to you. And we are going to try and do a follow-up webinar here a lot sooner than this last gap that we had. That was just because we were super busy with travel, heads down on the product. But we will be following up here shortly with the next webinar, and hopefully a lot more good content. With that said, we want to get you back on your job before your 10:30 meeting. So let's go ahead and draw for that Oculus.
Go for it, Ben.
Put the hand out there.
Lee S.
Lee S.
Sigler? Lee Sigler. Congratulations. Right. We'll be in contact. We'll get that slightly used Oculus. No, just kidding.
And you're going to have fun at Christmas time.
We'll make sure we get it shipped out here either by today or tomorrow, so you can have it in your hands before Christmas.
And if you don't hear from us, go ahead, call us at
833-GO-RAZOR.
Yep. And we appreciate you joining today. Thank you for your time, and Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.